Hey, Colin Campbell here. I hope you're having a great day. In this video, I'm going to share with you how to create your book cover for your nonfiction book. And it happens in three phases. The first phase is brainstorming, the second phase is development, and the third phase is creation. I've got my little sticky notes here, so forgive me if I look down. The first step is to go onto Amazon and take screenshots of 20 to 25 competing titles. What this is going to do for you is give you an idea of what people are buying. Plus, these authors have taken their time and resources to hire professional designers. So by looking at 20 to 25 titles, you get a feel for how you want your book to look. So that's the first step, is you take screenshots. And the second thing is to place them within a PowerPoint or some sort of graphic interface where you can look at all of these titles within the same, 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. What this is going to give you is an overview of the competing titles that are selling on Amazon. And then what you want to do is take notes of the elements you like. So for instance, you could look at the font on this particular cover and say, I like that font, that block font, or this cursive font here. I like the way that the title and the subtitle are situated on the page. You like this type of image. I want a image of a real person, or a vector, which basically like a design. I don't know what a vector is. What's a vector? What's a vector, man? It sounds like something from space. So if you like that element, just take a note of it. I like that thing from space, and I want to put these last two videos have said asteroids and space. Something's going on here. I think they're coming. So that's phase one, is you went onto Amazon, you took screenshots, and you took notes of the elements that you liked. That's development and brainstorming. The second phase is either you're going to take those criteria, the notes that you took on what you like, and you're going to send that to a designer and say, here's my compilation of all the designs, and these are the elements that I like. Please make my cover accordingly. If you're going to do it yourself, you want to take those covers and drop them into your graphics program and model the elements you like. And what that means is that, let's say you like the font on cover number whatever, 1, and you take that into your graphic interface, and then you model the font. So you go in and you say, oh, I see this is a Helvetica condensed font. Cool. I had no idea. By the way, this is like, I'm not a designer. I went to Amazon and started modeling the covers that were there as a way to learn design. And then at some point, this becomes a skill. So if you want to do this yourself, you can totally learn. You'll suck at it for a while. And I certainly sucked at design for a while until I became at least competent, because it's a fun thing if you like art or you like designing your own stuff. And so by modeling these elements on these covers, you're developing the skill set, and you can lean into that as it becomes a habit. So you've taken the cover, you've put it into your graphic interface, you're modeling the elements that you like, you've got your font, you like this color, you like this type of image, and now you've got kind of the raw material for creation. So you've done your brainstorming, now you've done your developmental work in phase 2. And phase 3 is a technical elements. So I'm going to go into a screen capture, and I will go and show you exactly how I design the majority of the covers that I design. In this video, I'm going to share with you how to create a 5x8 cover, front and back, with a spine based on the KDP Kindle Direct Publishing specs. I am using a program called Graphic for Mac. If you're using an Adobe software or some other software, I don't know how to do a tutorial on that. And I want to step aside from the actual graphic interface and just give you some of the rough outline of how I create covers anyway. And no matter what program you're in, you'll be able to press the different buttons to get the same result. So First thing I'm going to do is, this is my canvas, and I'm going to adjust it to be 5 by 8. Bam. And I'm going to create 2 elements that are, I'm going to make them red, and I'm going to make this element 5 by 8 as well. Then the next thing I'm going to do is duplicate this. So now I got 2 elements, and I'm going to make this one point 1, 2, 5. This is a bleed line. I'm going to make this one green just to make it contrasting. And I'm going to stick this onto the end of that guy right there. Boom, right there. And then I'm going to duplicate that, turn it over like this. Okay, now I've got the bleed line on the top and bottom and side. Now I'm going to duplicate this bad boy right here. Boom, now I've got my back cover. So this is front, this is back, and I'm going to just stick this right here for a moment. And then what I've done is, I can share the link, but there is kdp.com.amazon.com ENUS cover templates. If you type into Google cover templates from KDP, you should land at this page. And the book that I'm working on is 84 pages page count. It is 5 by 8. It's white paper color. I download the cover template and I open it up. Boom. And in that includes a PNG. I drag and drop that PNG right over meow. Bam. Drop that sucker right in there. And I make this guy smaller. And this is basically the perfect dimensions of the book cover. And perhaps there's a better way to do this, but I am doing it the way that I've done it. And that's what I'm teaching you. So this is, I'm going to take one of those bleed lines and I'm going to make this the 2 inches, or what, not 2 inches, 0.2 inches for the spine width. So it's saying the spine width is 0.2 inches. I could switch my measurement to millimeters, go back here and let's see, 5.148. Bam. Okay, so I've got the spine. I'm going to take that spine width. I'm going to stick it on to the side of the front cover. Okay, we're all lined up there. Given this the old chiropractic adjustment, this is the same dimensions. I'm going to take that back cover, stick it onto the spine right there. Boom. Then I'm going to take the bleed line from the other side and put it right over there on the other side. Here, I'm going to take this bleed line. There's probably a way better way to do this. And it's just, again, how I've done it. So now I've got the front cover, the back cover, the spine, and the bleed lines around the document. And now what I want to do is adjust my canvas size. So I highlight this whole thing and I look right here and it says that these are the width and height dimensions of this element. So now I copy that into the canvas. Bam. And I go back to the element. I get the height. I go over to the canvas size, adjust the canvas size there. And as you can see here, it's the perfect dimensions. I'm going to group this. So now I can move this freely around as one element. And if I center it in the canvas and I export this, you will see that it's basically my template here that I'm working with. So if I open this up as a JPEG, we've got that right there. So now what I want to do is I'm going to create potentially the world's ugliest cover right now. It's just going to be, let's see, I'll make it white. I'll make this white. It won't be the world's ugliest color, but it may. I'm gonna make this white too, just to make it simple. And let's just put the book cover. B. Actually, it's just gonna be one big B. Like B, and why not have a subtitle? Self. Let's see, yourself. Okay, I'm gonna adjust this to be 50. Be yourself. It's a new sort of hipster version of self-love. And then this is the book, the back. This is the back. And Zango. Now, if I take the image that KDP gives for the cover and bring to front, and then center or top edge and left edge this, you'll see that it's the same dimensions. Bam. And then I can use this also as a guide for I can make it opaque or transparent and see that the barcode's right here. So if I were to take a branding shot from, let's say, Colin Campbell podcast, boom, right here, and I adjust this a bit to have, bam. I take this, put it right there, and then you can see where the barcode's going to be in relation to the image. And then I can take this copy, and this is about the author, the dude, about the incomplete, about the incomplete person progressively realizing a worthy ideal. Now, okay, I got to make that smaller. Ooh, don't want to be in those bleed lines. Bam. Now everything's all adjusted up. And now I take let's see, I ungroup this and I take all these ugly green lines off the image. And oh my gosh, here we go. I'm going to work at this again. Work in progress. Here we go. Don't mess this up. You know what I'm going to do? Just to be safe, I'm going to group it. Woo, baby. Watch that. Watch out. Watch out now, child. Okay, here we go. Exporting. I'm going to export as a PDF, 100%. These are the exact dimensions in millimeters. And this is potentially the world's ugliest cover that we just built together. And that is it. That's the cover. And these are a 5x8, whatever the dimensions are, whether it's 6x9 or 8.5x11. You're going to have that 0.125 bleed around the edge. And then your spine, you just put it into the graphic program, export it as your PDF, and that's how you create technically the cover. I'm going to share with you right now. This is the most recent book that I wrote, which is Media Formula Publisher Products, Books That Get Leads course, and it's Books That Get Leads, and this is the book cover. So this is the same process. It is, if we look in the dimensions in millimeters, almost the same. I think it's virtually the same cover. So if I take the cover design that we just created here, actually I think within this cover I've probably got, yeah, you see, here are the bleed lines right here. And if I center this, that is how I create the cover. This inside part, the part that's visible, is 5x8. I believe actually that this red line right there is, yes, hold up, check this out. This dimension is 5x8 right there. And this is how I create all the covers that I create when I'm creating a cover. Thank you for watching. And if you like this, all I ask is that you share it with someone you care about who is probably a designer or interested in doing a book. If you want more information about Formula Publisher, go to www.formulapublisher.com. I publish books for service-based business owners to get leads. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you soon, and take care for now. Bye-bye.